do a lot of window latches, this, that, unlocking, opening, pulling out. So anyhow, all Missy's damage, cleaning up Missy's damage on all our screens.
Grandma called me telling me that you and Dad were doing a huge job today. So I was like, what is it?
Huge.
Huge. She said big,
Huge.
big job.
Yeah.
I was telling her tomorrow, Aunt Sue and I are going to be, we're doing like 3 cooking videos tomorrow. So I got to come prepared.
Ooh.
I got to come correct. You know?
All for dinner? Like, are you working?
I don't know. We have to figure it out just because time-wise, it's just easier to do a couple, and then I can keep them because we only have so many days. But yeah, so.
Especially till Grandma comes.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun,
can
dun.
I help at all? No. Oh, can I help?
Trust me, she just says it from the chair now because she doesn't have the energy to get up and go in the kitchen.
She says, "Can I help?" but doesn't move. She's just hoping that it's a no.
No, she just throws things out randomly. I'm gonna dry the dishes. We don't even answer because she doesn't even get up from the chair. You know, she thinks she's doing it.
Nice, Graham. Nice.
No, she's just.
So I did my meal prep today.
I heard.
Nailed it, mother.
Came out okay?
Nailed it this time. I used first off, Harris Teeter has a really good tasting cottage cheese, just so everyone knows. Strongly recommend the cottage cheese. But this time I did it the right way with the big wraps. Came out perfect. But I need a better pan.
I never thought I'd hear you say the word cottage cheese. Okay, keep
going.
Cottage
cheese. I could eat that whole thing just alone. I got a 600-gram tub of it, which is like this much. I was like, but then I needed it for my brownies as well, which, okay. Meal prep, delicious. Brownies, not good.
That's good?
No, so what I did for the viewers, so they're like banana-based brownies, but instead of cocoa powder, I used protein powder. And also, sidebar, my eyes hurt because I'm currently cleaning my oven, and it's burning my fucking eyes like crazy. Anyway, so if I'm blinking like this, it's not because I need help. The brownies, I use protein powder instead of cocoa powder because I was like, oh, that's healthier. But there's not enough chocolate in the protein powder to make it chocolatey. Yeah. So they're essentially just banana pound cake, and it's like a very weak banana pound cake. But it's still healthy, so I'm happy with it. Yeah. Could have used like a chocolate to dip it in, but only I.
That's the kind of shit you give Grandma. She'll eat anything.
They're really soft too. Also, I had Greek yogurt for the first time, like straight Greek yogurt plain. It's literally just sour cream.
It is.
It tastes exactly like sour cream.
Oh, I'm so tired. It's very thick too. Even though they call it yogurt, that's why I'm not a big fan of Greek yogurt. I like regular because I don't like it thick like that.
Yeah, it's more like sour cream than it is. Like I thought it was gonna be more like a yogurt, so I went plain. What else did I get at the store?
Well, you can mix fruit in it.
Well, I need the Greek yogurt. I need the Greek yogurt for the brownies. It's not like I was just having straight up Greek yogurt. I'm not a psychopath. I mean, given what I could do is use the extra fruit that I have and throw it in. Right? I got those bags of the frozen fruit from.
Right. Yeah, you could do that. Well, I'd thaw it first. Don't put it in frozen.
Yeah, of course.
There's some freaky things. Like I read something where if you put a shredded apple in your meatloaf and cook it with the apple, it makes it more moist. I've done it. And yes, it does, but I didn't feel like it was a huge difference where I'm like, oh, this apple's making the... But who would think to ever put an apple in a meatloaf and have it?
No one's sane. Oh, no, I also made straight... I don't know if I've ever had straight pork sausage. You know, like we've always got the preservative one.
Yeah.
Delicious. I didn't know pork sausage was so good. But I'm on my diet. I was trying to find turkey sausage, but it's not easy to find turkey sausage.
Turkey sausage. I know turkey bacon's pretty common.
No, but it looked like pork sausage, so I was like, okay, I'll do pork sausage, and it worked. It's delicious.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, did I absolutely ruin my pan again? Yes. Did I not learn my lesson the first time? Yes. I think next time I'll have to take aluminum foil. I was like, maybe I could just get by with butter, like spray and butter this time, but we'll have to see how the washing machine or dishwasher does on that one.
I'd have to get the sunshine scrubby pad out.
Oh yeah, right? I don't know if that could even save the pan.
Soak it. Try soaking.
I did that first, and then I put in the dishwasher. It was the most dishes I've ever had to do. I had to do 2 loads of dishwasher today, and it was tough. It was tough.
We had leftover Chinese. So Grandma and I picked up Chinese yesterday. You know, where we went? We went to the one at the Somerville Circle, not our usual one,
Yeah.
because we were over at the Dollar Tree. And that was our big afternoon outing, and it took a lot out of her. Are you going to be okay?
I'm like, people are gonna think I'm crying, but I'm like, oh my god.
You might need eye wash when we're done.
Yeah, maybe.
So anyhow, we went over there. It wasn't as good, so I was very disappointed, and we had 2 days of it. So disappointed.
Ooh, nothing worse. Well, I'm gonna be eating
But
brownies for 12 weekends in a row.
banana brownies.
Yeah, banana brownies. They're not
But
even a good cross section.
Grandma loved the DiGiorno pizza.
Oh, the
Shout out to
DiGiorno's?
DiGiorno.
I'm
Oh,
waiting for the sponsorship. I'm waiting DiGiorno.
It's delicious.
You can't go wrong with the DiGiorno. I got a nice little pizza thing for it too. That little pizza platter.
Yeah.
And by I think you got.
Yeah.
I was like, why the hell would I buy that?
Your dad's take on it was, how much you think it cost, Grandma? How much you think it cost?
Yeah. My dad loves a good
I
deal.
don't know, $10? It was $6. No, this is my routine at dinner. I'm rolling my eyes like, oh my god.
That's
you know?
funny. Did you see the dog that I? Did you see the dog I sent you guys?
Dad showed it to me because I hadn't looked at any of my feeds. That dog is adorable.
I know.
But
Did you see how well he sat there? You see how well he sat there?
No.
Guy's ears cleaned. Did you see the teeth? The teeth.
You know what's really bizarre about that?
What?
It was China, right?
I don't think so.
Looked like Chinese writing to me. It was Asian. It was something Asian. And having said that, I thought, you know, here they're working on this dog like it's a princess. And meanwhile, they eat dogs.
Okay.
There, so
And there goes our Chinese viewership. Sorry, guys.
Sorry. They do. They have a festival. I'm not making it up. It's a delicacy or whatever. I don't know. It's sickening to me. But
No, there's nothing about this that's Chinese unless it's auto.
Sorry, I thought there was Chinese writing when Dad was showing it to me.
Damn. Do we have to take
Sorry.
that out?
Well, it's still a cute dog.
Yeah, it's adorable.
I saw one of a bear somewhere in the U.S. that got a jar stuck on its head for 12 days.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And a man and his niece, you saw that? And the nieces cornered it, kept it, and they came and took it off. It didn't look, surprisingly, it looked lean, right? It wasn't like a chubby bear like you usually see. It was pretty lean. But I'm surprised it looked as well as it did. And it didn't freak out, like try and bash it off its head or something. But they got it off. And the guy said, I swear it looked relieved, like it was smiling.
I saw a video of, it was a bobcat that got its foot stuck in a bear trap, right? And it was trying to get out. So a lady comes up, has like a shield to kind of separate the hand from the bobcat, right? So put a wall in the way, save the bobcat's arm, and the bobcat just stands there. Like, it's funny how animals know when you're helping.
Yeah.
Right. So it just stood there like, wait, you're not gonna kill me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, animals are great.
But you have to be careful because he couldn't do much to them because his face was covered completely.
Right.
I mean, it was a whole jar at his head.
Right.
But they had to sedate it to get it off. There's no way they could have done that.
Right.
And the animal could have harmed itself, let alone everybody else. So, yeah. And if something like you want to help an animal, yes. But when an animal's in pain or threatened, they lash out. That's their tendency. Defense mechanism. You don't want them taken out on you. So.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I got to meet that chubby dog that I tell you about. That's here.
Yes,
the one that's on the way. I met him. His name's Maverick, and he's definitely lost weight. But Mom, he's still. I don't know what kind of dog he is. What are those black dogs with the brown noses? Let me see. We're gonna look this up
not
together.
Rottweiler.
Oh, what is this? Yes, one of these. What is this? What is this?
I can't see it.
I know. Here.
Share your screen, please.
Yep. Yes. Share screen. One of these.
Oh yeah, they're cute.
Mom, he's
I don't know what they're called.
His width has to be like, it's probably like a Bernese something, but most dogs' width is like this, Mom. He's probably like here. He's like width-wise. He's
losing weight. Are they doing?
Yeah, I mean, he's much bigger than smaller than he was when I first saw him. I swear to God, everyone, like, he looked at my car like it was a snack when I drove by him. He was like, "Is that food?" And now he's probably, I mean, he's got to be, he's probably at least 150, at least.
Oh, that's
good.
So
he was a rescue. His sister, this is more like it. He's got a sister, Lexi, who she was in a shelter. and she's getting used to humans again. So she ran right up to me, which is always a good sign.
Is Lexi a little hefty also?
No, Lexi's very lean. She's the opposite. So yeah. So
and it's an actual sister, a sibling, or they're calling it that because they took 2 dogs in.
Oh, they call I should have clarified that. They're not the similar dog at all. Yeah, sorry. Lexi's more like a kind of like a greyhound. Look more like a mutt, but
okay.
Yeah, but they're brother and sister, not biologically, but they're brother and sister.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, that was pretty much the week for me so far. That was the highlight of my week. The rest was all just catching up on work from being home last week with grandma.
Yep.
Guys, it was like hell.
You haven't missed much here since then.
Guys, it was hell when I was there with my aunt.
Well, the trip home sounded not so great.
Well, we got delayed, yeah. Plus a 3-hour drive. But it was definitely better the way going down or going back than going forward. So.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. I mean, we missed a lot of news last week. I think the big one was you saw the whole Sweeney with the American Eagle commercial.
Gosh, yes.
Yeah.
I keep hearing more and more about that.
Yeah.
Now they wanted to do Bud Light.
I mean, she made $20 million just off that advertisement, and she made Abercrombie and Finch or whatever it was, or American Eagle. I'm sorry, like $1 billion in revenue or something like that from that commercial. You know how crazy that is?
Yeah. Well, I think it helps when there's a backlash too, because people were complaining about it. So naturally, people want to support it if that's what you believe in.
Mm-hmm.
Just like with the Bud Light disaster before, people may like the product, but now they're like, I can't buy it because it sends a message. People think I agree with this crap. Yeah. So, but I got to tell you, I mean, I
had a Bud Light at the bar, and this guy called me the F word. I'm kidding.
Sweeney, I mean, I just don't get her. I don't know what.
Yeah, she's attractive, she's attractive, but maybe I just don't.
They act. Yeah, they act like she's this bombshell and this gorgeous. I don't even know what show she.
I couldn't tell you. Don't get me wrong, she's gorgeous, but she's not like.
She's very pretty.
Let's put it this way. I definitely know some college girls that I think 90% of men would say are more attractive than Sweeney.
I agree. Yeah. I think she's kind of plain in a way. So that's fine. I mean, I think it's great if she's selling products.
This might sound shitty, but you know what I think it is? I think she's pretty enough that most men think she's attainable. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think that's...
Yeah.
It might make sense. Like when you see Angelina Jolie, who's just so unbelievably famous, married Brad Pitt at one point, or dated Brad Pitt at one point. You're not going to be Brad Pitt.
And Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton, yeah. So I think that's why, because Sweeney, she's kind of young. I don't know how old she is, but she's got to be around my age.
Even before this commercial, though, everybody was talking like she's the next hottest thing. I think Tom Brady was talking to her at a party over the summer, at the beginning of the summer. I mean, they're making like a whole big thing out of this. And I don't know. I just, like, okay, who is she? And then they picked her for this ad. It did really well. It's like, okay, great.
She's killing it. I'm not saying she's not attractive. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying I definitely know some women personally who are, most people would say, are more attractive than Sweeney.
And I really do think it was the backlash because the wording and how they say it's very pro genetics or whatever, which, by the way, the ads have always been
the play on words. I will say it is a great commercial from the standpoint of great marketing, right? Whether it was her or not, like, let's say the messaging obviously wouldn't have done as well as if it was Sweeney, but the messaging was actually pretty cool. But also,
but that was the backlash from a group, and that's why that's really, I don't think it was Sweeney, I'll be honest. Nothing against her, but I think it was because the backlash from
that's true.
I see buy it just because they made such a big deal about the verbiage and everything else, and that propelled her. Then they find out she says she's a Republican, or somehow somebody said
she's a registered Republican. And did you see Trump's response?
Yeah.
he's like, oh, she's a registered, she's perfect. Love her.
Yeah. And they had pictures of her at a shooting range. Now they're doubling and tripling down on it.
She's a really good shooter.
She's good for her. But yeah, I didn't get it with the whole Sweeney. But then when I saw the backlash, I'm like, okay, now they'll make some money, and they did.
Oh, the other thing is that makes her attractive is she's into a lot of like guy stuff. She's into cars, trucks,
Right.
kind of the American girl, I guess you could say. Right. I think that's yeah. So I think that's what it is. So
Yeah. So the libtards are gonna hate her.
well, she's killing it. So who cares?
Yeah.
She's killing it.
Yeah.
And then there's me doing a podcast with my mom. What the fuck am I doing? Where the hell's my freaking commercial deal? As my eyes are watering because I'm freaking cleaning my goddamn oven. I can't even see, Mom. I'm in so much pain.
God.
Oh, God.
Bottle some jeans, for God's sake.
as I'm spilling over the jeans in the commercial. Buy some jeans.
He's heavy enough to just be like.
Oh God! The title's gonna be "He Just Fits."
Most Americans can relate to that.
Yeah, that's true.
Dad and I, we were traveling, and we went. You know, the hotel has breakfast.
Yeah.
And we went down in the morning. Now, I'm not going to tell you I'm in great shape. I'm not obese though, right? And we're down there, and I'm looking around, and there's just a few families, you know, very quiet. Everybody's doing their own thing. And Dad and I are sitting there, and I looked at him, and I go, do you realize every woman in this room right now, maybe there was 25 of them, maybe about an equal number of men, every one of them except for one, besides me, was obese.
That's North Carolina for you. That's how we like it down here. Slow and steady.
I don't know. Even our metabolism. They were visiting because we were at a hotel.
That's true. Good point.
The weirdest thing, Dad hadn't noticed, but he, you know, your father's comment. I don't like to look at people while I'm eating.
That's true. Speaking of, I don't want to say out of shape, but Grandma, when we were home and I was taking care of Graham with Aunt Sue, doing the stairs was a lot harder than I expected. But we get to the top, and she goes, I feel like I just climbed Mount Everest. I was like, nope, you just did the stairs. And she goes, you stop it, Chris.
She said to me last night, I think I need to weigh myself. Why? I think I'm losing a lot of weight. I'm wasting away. I go, not from what I can see in your shorts, lady. Nothing fits her anymore. I'm like, you should good here.
She puts down food like crazy. That's where I get it from.
Yeah. Speaking of which, let me go run to a shift for the bathroom.
The bell. Okay.
Uh-oh, I lost you.
I said that was fast.
Did the fumes finally get you?
No.
Let's get off the floor.
No. But I did grab. You want to see my banana brownie?
Yeah. Oh, I expect it to be. Well, it looks like banana bread.
Kind of. Here we go. This is the real taste test.
Oh, jeez. Looks a little burnt though. Why is it so dark on the top?
Right. It's not as bad as I thought. It's not burnt, but it's actually moister than I thought. So, what am I getting? I'm getting banana. I'm getting a lot of honey. I'm actually tasting. I think I must have put a little more honey than I should have.
We've hit an all-time low. Now you're eating on the podcast.
I was like, let me try it. It's not. I'm not. I should have used the cocoa powder. That's what I should have done.
Yeah, well, try it again with the cocoa powder.
Put
it on a nice plate, wrap it with something pretty, and give it to Brooke as a gift.
You know,
all your reject food, hand out to your neighbors.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he's such a nice neighbor giving us food and they bite into it. Like, what the fuck?
He means well. He's trying so hard as a cook. That's how you get rid of the stuff.
It's just all my rejects.
Put it in the conference room at the pool table.
Oh, God.
Take one free. Oh, no, better yet, now you give to Jordan to take to school.
Give him to the shitty kids.
Oh, God.
Oh, hold on 1 second, Mom. Let me just get one thing.
Oh, yeah, this is like the most interrupted podcast.
Oh, man, you should have seen me recording yesterday. It was awful.
Good thing it's not live. I don't have all night. She's going to ring that goddamn bell again pretty soon.
So what were we talking about? We were talking about Sydney Sweeny. We were talking about Grandma. What else? I mean, well, are we getting closer? How are we? Are we looking at the houses still? How was the west side of North Carolina?
Very dead. Not as populated. There were some nice areas, but not as populated as the other side. So we think we've narrowed it down to certain areas now that we're looking at. And we have actually seen some houses that I said, okay, now we know where that is. Now we know what the neighborhood is.
Are we getting Christian McCaffrey's house?
I couldn't find it.
Oh.
I looked it up when we were down there, and I couldn't find it. They didn't give the location. They only said the name of it.
And how the hell are we going to buy it?
And now I think it's already been bought. I think somebody already bought it.
Oh, damn. I kind of wanted that one.
Purchase.
I would have used that golden bathtub every freaking day.
I wasn't a big fan of it, to be honest. A little too gaudy for me, but yeah, everyone wants the gold bathtub.
Yeah, till it gets too hot and the gold starts to melt.
Or it's so freaking heavy when you fill it, it falls to the ceiling. Who knows?
What the hell are you trying? What are you trying to say? Are you saying when my fat ass? My fat ass thought you meant when I get in, the water rises and it goes over the sides.
None of you cretins are using my bathroom, so don't even think about it.
I was telling, I think I told you this story, but when I was in college, if my podcast ever blows up and any Scranton graduates remember this one. So I was in Gonzaga House with the girls at the time. And the girl up, so we were all studying in the dining room. And above it was the bathroom. And one of the girls passed out in the bathtub and over flooded the tub. Mom, we're all sitting at this giant, I mean, it had to seat 20 people, a giant table. It's me, all the other people, and we're all just doing work together. We look up, and there's just a bubble forming, and we're like, is it just me, or is the ceiling getting closer to us? And then my friend Christina just, boop, and water went everywhere, all over the table. So I forget if it was Christina or not, but I was like, God, what the hell? So, yeah. But that's what happened. Yeah. So now that's fine. Whenever I think of bathtubs overflowing, I always think of that story. Because we were just like, is that growing? And then we realized someone had to go upstairs and like wake the girl up by slamming the door. So
remember that happened at our house, right? Was it you or Mike?
Probably Mike.
Coming out of the room and says, "Oh, the ceiling has like a bubble or something upstairs." So naturally, Dad touches it, and we found out we had a leak up in the attic that was dripping.
Oh, I do remember that.
The light was, yeah.
That doesn't beat a bathtub, though.
No, that's not a bathtub.
I was like, it was like this big, like of a bubble. We're just like,
That's a lot of water.
And if I remember correctly, I don't think like laptops were on the table and all that, and I think everyone moved their stuff. I don't remember too well, but luckily, imagine if everyone's laptops just got destroyed.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
those days, yeah. But also, fortunately, wasn't the girl's lucky she didn't fall through.
Yeah, I think the water. I forget what happened, but I never actually went up into the bathroom to see what the damage was. But I think all the water overflowed, and then it all kind of went to one side of the bathroom, and then it fell that way. So I think, yeah. But good times at Scranton University. I don't even know if those houses exist anymore.
I'm sure they do. They probably had to redo it, or
it's been
obviously replace the ceiling over the.
It's only been 6 years.
Yeah.
But yeah. Good times. All right, Mom, you ready to get into some articles? I don't know which one to start with today. We don't have that many. There wasn't that much new news this week, in my opinion. It was a lot of boring stuff.
But I think there's so much news that it's kind of overwhelming me a little bit. I didn't know what to choose out of all this stuff, and I want to. Yeah.
Okay, give me some bullet points on what happened this week that are interesting. Tell me, because I didn't see anything.
You had the redistricting down in Texas, which is blowing up and becoming a whole big issue around the country.
Well, I did see
You've got RFK coming out talking about the mRNA vaccines and cancel and no more funding for them. That's huge. You got the Obamagate story. That's going to go on forever because every week there's more explosive things coming out.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that when more information comes out on it. Because
every day more information is coming out on that.
Not enough that I'm seeing it. That's the problem. Maybe I'm seeing it at the wrong spots, but
yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're looking at the right spots, but it's some of the articles sound to be similar. Like they're reporting the same stuff, but then there's one more nuanced thing about it. I don't know. There's just something every day with the ICE people. The shooting down at Emory University, was it yesterday? We've had the shooting at one of the military posts. What was it, Georgia or one of the Carolina? I can't remember, but down south. So every day there's like more and more stories coming out. But it's just like, I look at my stories in the morning, my articles in the morning. By dinner time, I'm just overwhelmed with all the stuff that Lonnie
Really?
Anderson died this week. Okay, so for
Is
you
that the?
guys,
Is
we
that
talk
the?
about
Oh wait,
what?
that's not. What's her name's husband that died today at 48 years old?
No, 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 not Kelly Clarkson's
Kelly
husband.
Clarkson. Thank you.
No, Lonnie Anderson was a blonde bombshell in, I believe, the 80s or 90s. She married Burt Reynolds. They had one son,
What's her name?
and their marriage and divorce, and even she said in her memoir, our life was just one giant tabloid. Like we couldn't do anything. Everything was, we were just constantly monitored because that was like the couple, the big story back then. They got divorced. It was a fight and everything else. So, but the series wasn't very long on. It was called WKRP in Cincinnati. But from that series, she made such a name for herself. I think she was in other shows too. But yeah, so for us, when she died, from our generation, everybody remembers Lonnie Anderson from then. She was, she was the Pamela Anderson of her day.
Lonnie Anderson. Oh, this lady?
Yeah, yeah. She kind of fell silent or went private after the divorce with Burt Reynolds because it was such an ugly thing, and it was in all the Inquirer, all the scam papers back then. We didn't have social media back then, so she kind of faded away. Raised their son, got married a few times, but anyhow, she died fairly young. I think 74, was it 79, something like that.
Damn,
So that was a big
she was married
story.
to a lot of people. Bruce Hanselberg, Ross Bickle, then Burt Reynolds, and then Bob Flick.
Yeah. Yeah, she had 4.
Burt Reynolds. Burt Reynolds.
But anyhow,
Who's Bob Flick?
for us, that was a big one. I think there was a couple others who died this week that I can't, off the top of my head, or at the beginning of the week. Maybe while you guys were still here. But
He's a music. I'm looking at her husband. I'm too deep. Sorry. Speaking of
a big march in Manchester. You didn't see that one. All that stuff doesn't get any attention. Big anti-immigrant march in Manchester, England. Ton of people came out, right? So tides are turning in the UK. It's like, it's similar to over here. The majority of the people don't want it, but for some reason the minority people keep getting their way. It doesn't make sense. So they're finally rising up in the UK, and they've had enough. And now you're physically seeing the majority of the people out there coming. We haven't seen that here in America other than the election.
right.
But, for people who are trying to say, who was it? Joy Behar. Oh, it's not a mandate. Nothing's a mandate that the president does. Well, it is a mandate. It's based on our election. But when you physically see that, it's like when they show Brazil and hundreds of thousands of people are in the street and they're trying to tell you that they don't care about what's going on in their country. It's like, I beg to differ. There's a lot of people protesting, and you don't see that all the time. So, anyhow.
Did you see the? Damn it! It was on the tip of my tongue, and then you said something about Brazil. What did you say before Brazil? Shit.
Chester. They were all out in the street. You could see them all.
Oh, The View. That's what it was. Did you see that The View may or may not be getting canceled? I don't know if that was fact checked or not.
I don't know that they're getting canceled, but I know they're on hiatus right now. Now, I don't know if they usually do that in the summer anyhow and do reruns. I think we talked about that last time. But
I still strongly believe that The View is a government test to see how stupid people are. I truly believe that. I think they mark down who watches The View religiously, and they're like, we could trick those people into anything.
Well, I mentioned this before when you asked me about articles, and I don't know about The View. I don't know who advertises on The View, but this RFK Jr., he canceled 22 mRNA vaccines. He cut $500 million from the pharmaceutical industry by doing that, because basically they without the money, they have no need to continue to make these type of drugs. Yeah. And the vaccine stopped the virus, may have contributed to the to the variants. And by the way, for you who got, I don't know, some sort of strike against you from me when we talked about
are you talking about the channel strike you got?
Yeah, but
the one channel strike I've ever gotten? Yeah.
Yeah, in hindsight, you should contest that because obviously whatever I said wasn't false.
Yeah,
that
it's
was
gone now. Yeah,
I know. Well, they're all claiming, for people who were just the realities, and now we can openly talk about, yeah, it was an absolute scam. These vaccines, they didn't work. Okay, but the point is, and based on what you're saying about The View, if he does what he says he's going to do and not allow pharmaceuticals to advertise on TV, there goes your mainstream media. Yeah. That's your Fox News, that's your MSNBC, that's your NBC, ABC. You watch those news shows at night, which I know you guys don't, your generation, it's all pharmaceutical. Every other commercial is some sort of pharmaceutical product. Right. If they can't advertise anymore, where are they getting their money?
Well, I'm just saying, hey, if they need a sponsor, if they want to sponsor someone, your boy can use it.
No, they need you.
I know, that's what I mean.
They need you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, you need me to do a little advertisement? I'll take a jab right now.
No, you got to pay for it. You'd have to pay for them.
Oh,
because like the MSNBCs and whatnot, they're getting their money from the pharmaceuticals. You need the pharmaceuticals.
I thought you meant. I thought you meant they were. I thought you meant that they were getting money for the like they were paying the news organizations to run their advertisements during the.
They do.
Commercial. Yeah, but then that would be them paying me.
Right. That's true. Yeah. I said that wrong.
Yeah.
You would want them to pay you.
So Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson.
Unbelievable. Yeah. But that's not even mRNA stuff. I mean, that's all how many times I never realized we had such a critical situation with psoriasis in this country. There's about 8 different medications to treat psoriasis in this country.
Well, I think I'd love to ask a doctor. I don't know if you know who Dr. Mike is on YouTube, but he's like the real life Grey's Anatomy doctor. You've definitely seen him. He's not a fan of RFK. But I would love to know why, like 50 years ago, no one had peanut butter allergies, and now you can't even be on a plane with peanuts or a kid dies. Like something must have happened there.
Yeah, one theory they had is with the rise of antibiotic soaps and the hand creams and stuff.
Yeah.
And women going overboard while they're pregnant with things like that, being extra cautious and whatnot, they think that might have created a resistance to certain things.
If you died of a peanut, is that a resistance? It sounds like you just got weaker.
The opposite. Like it's like putting a kid. You're not helping a kid if you keep them home.
Right.
When there's colds and stuff in school. Not to say you want your kid to get sick, but they have to build up immunity. Even babies, there used to be a school that thought, you don't take them out for the first month of their life. But after that, they do kind of need to be exposed to things because that's how the body naturally builds up immunities. And when they think evolutionarily, as more and more people were doing antibiotic soaps, hand creams, and all this antibiotic stuff, and in the sprays, the chemicals around the house, that it might have created in the fetuses, they didn't have the resistance to things. So they were more prone to allergies and whatnot. Right. That was one theory I heard a while ago, but who knows? Humans are evolving. We continue to evolve.
That's true. So what exactly is this article saying? So he's trying to get rid of all mRNA vaccines?
So he's cutting the funding for mRNA.
But
any of those.
Aren't there good things about mRNA?
No.
Oh.
That's what he's saying. That this type of delivery of vaccines. So they're trying to use it for a lot of things, cancer treatments and everything else. His argument is there is no proof that they work. And as a matter of fact, when we used them in the last pandemic, they caused more harm than good. And because of it, we wound up with resistant things. If you recall, not too long after COVID, we had the what was it called? Omicron variant. Yeah. Like we started to get all these other variants. That's because people were vaccinated with this mRNA. It wound up causing more death and more problems. And the statistics is not supporting the people that took the vaccine were more likely to get COVID. It's mind-boggling now because for those of us at the time when they were ramming it down our throats, you have to be vaccinated. And if you don't get vaccinated, you're going to expose everybody. The exact opposite was true. The people who fared better were the ones who were not vaccinated, is what the science or the data is starting to show. Oh. So he's saying we're not going to invest $500 million more with grant money and whatnot in a vaccine deliverance that doesn't work using mRNA. Now that's different from regular other vaccines where you put the virus in and you give
Right.
that's different. This is a particular type of delivery system of how you vaccinate people. So
My only problem with this, Mom, is and again, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I listen to a lot of doctors though on podcasts and stuff, who are actual registered doctors. Just because our mRNA didn't work in this situation, why do we think that it hasn't worked in other applications before COVID? Because we never had any problems beforehand, right?
Right, but we didn't use mRNA. They're just starting to use that now. And that's why it was controversial when they brought it out for COVID, because it had not been tested enough.
Okay, gotcha.
So they basically used human beings as guinea pigs. They used a pandemic, or were thinking, allegedly, they used people to try this mRNA as a delivery system, but it had not been properly tested, and there were a lot of questions about it. And as we started to see more people getting sick and the data started coming in, a lot of people at the time, when, Facebook and YouTube were banning everybody, were saying, hey, wait a minute, this isn't working. Something's not right here. People getting vaccinated are getting sick. It's not supposed to happen. Because remember, they said 100%, you will not get it. So when you start looking at this way of delivering a vaccine, it's not vaccines in general. Vaccines are still supported. Yeah. It's just this type of delivery method. As an aside, his comment is he doesn't want pharmaceuticals advertising anymore all these drugs on TV. I forget what the basis of that
probably
is.
Because everyone under the sun is on some kind of SSRI.
Well, that too, and I guess there's some question as to are all these drugs really doing what they're saying that they're doing, and maybe it's not the right platform. Because remember, other countries do not allow they don't allow these companies to advertise on TV. I think the UK, I'm not sure, but I think the UK is one of them. So there are many European Western countries Western civilization, they don't allow it.
I guess it's because you're technically promoting drugs, I would guess. Even if they're drugs to help you, you're still technically promoting drugs. But also, I guess you're doctor? I don't know. I'd love to hear the argument on why he's anti-promotion of drugs that could help you, like Advil or Tylenol.
Yeah, I don't know if he's putting a limit as to what type of pharmaceuticals, or if it's a timing thing. Like you can only do it at certain times in certain shows.
Right.
And I'm sure more details will come out. But that is the reality. If you cut $500 million, they're not going to invest in those products anymore because it's a business, right?
Right.
And I think this was an argument I heard during the week, not directly from RFK, but many of these drugs that they're putting out there, they're not performing at the levels that they're supposed to be.
Right.
Okay? But you don't know that when you listen to the ad. And I kind of feel like, what's the point of it if, say, for instance, like you say, an antidepressant medication? All you're doing is you're encouraging somebody to go in and say to the doctor, hey, I heard about this antidepressant drug on TV, and I want to know if I can have it.
Right.
Right? It's really the medical profession that should know about these things. You putting pressure on your doctor, right, to prescribe these things, I don't know if that's, because I saw it on TV while I was watching ABC News.
Yeah.
They're bringing awareness to stuff. I think it's more an opportunity for them to support these news outlets and put pressure on them, right?
Yeah, makes sense. I can see why that. Speaking of putting pressure on, Mexico rules out Trump's reported military plan against drug cartels. Now, this is kind of basically, obviously, this lady, the president of Mexico, not a fan of Trump, to say the least. But I'm curious what your thoughts are on this one, because this one really bothers me a little bit, because it kind of goes to show that the president's kind of for the cartel kind of taking over. And what I mean by that is
You mean Scheinbaum?
Yeah.
President Scheinbaum.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because, right, one of our biggest issues is our border. Cartel coming over the border. We go, hey, let's lock down the border. Okay, we did that. Right now, Trump's border numbers for fentanyl is all-time low we've seen. And he's doing really well on the border. No one really talks about that. But then America goes, hey, we know where these cartel members are. We'll go in. We'll get rid of them. And she's like, no. You're not doing that. And it's like, okay, so you do it. She goes, no, not going to do that. It's just these guys have been deemed a terrorist organization at this point, right? All these mafia families, whatever you want to call them, cartel families.
Cartels.
Yeah, cartel families. We have the resources and the military to just fucking wipe them out. Like not even. I can use it in this case because literally just wipe them out. Yeah. But she's like, no, we're not gonna do that. It's like, wait, but you're letting these people over. It's almost like you want these people to come over to ruin America, right? Does that make sense? She's not doing anything about it. Her police forces.
You're not asking the right question.
Okay, go
This
ahead.
is why it's an issue.
Go ahead.
She doesn't run the country. The cartels do.
Exactly. Yeah.
The cartels decide what she wants and doesn't want. Now, she's not going to admit that. Nobody in the government's going to admit that. They'll act as though, well, we work hand in hand with them. Her comment was, we'll corroborate. We'll work with the U.S. government to control the cartels, but they're not coming in here. And just as an aside, because, she's the figurehead of the country, but, she doesn't run that country. The cartels do.
Yeah.
The cartels are brutal. I mean, let's be honest. As bad as the Hamas and everything else, cartels are 10 times worse.
They rule with an iron fist, truthfully.
Oh, they're brutal. They don't just kill you, they chop your head off. They chop off parts of your body and they hang you from a bridge. What I find most interesting from this woman, this person, is, and some of her quotes are, no military action on foreign soil. Okay, she didn't seem to have a problem when the cartels were coming into our ranchers' territory. And everyone was going apeshit about how dare you touch these people and the poor migrants coming in.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's okay on our foreign soil, but it's not okay on their foreign soil. Yeah. And we do not negotiate our sovereignty. As you recall, there were many politicians from Mexico who were having a stand right before Trump was elected about how you must resist. You can be in America. You need to fight it.
Yeah.
Okay, how is that not a direct threat to our sovereignty? So I'm hoping President Trump is turning a deaf ear to this individual and doing what is best for our country. And I've always felt, long before Trump was elected, cartel member comes, when we had people coming over our border from Mexico, I don't know who they were, in camouflage and carrying machine guns. That's an automatic, that to me is an invasion of our territory, and they should be met with force.
Right.
They should be met immediately with force.
If the cartel is coming over, or cartel coming to do harm, right, and we get rid of them, fine. You can't keep allowing them in and then you saying, okay, hold on, let me rephrase this. You can't complain about us getting rid of the cartel in our country and then you saying all Mexicans should go to America, right? That's like, it's like the wraparound way of saying, if you're cartel, head on over to America because I'm not going to do anything about it.
Right.
So I feel like at that point we have every right to go, hey, you're setting bad people in and we're going to take them out for you at this point. So.
Well, right. If she can't keep it in check in her own country, which she can't. I mean, it's just they own her. It's not the other way around. She needs help, but she doesn't want to fix the problem. She can't. They run the country. She's just a figurehead. She's got to, quote unquote, work with these individuals as part of, that's their military. That's their force over there. Everybody knows it. But it was okay when the cartel was bringing human beings in here, smuggling them into our country and flooding our border with it, because that president was okay with it. But meanwhile, technically, that was never allowed here. She had no right to allow that or to turn a blind eye to it.
Yeah.
Now, I do have somewhat of a problem with the United States going into Mexico or into another country to control the problem. But I'm guessing President Trump's at the point where, Scheinbaum, if you can't control it, we will.
That's what I mean, yeah. So that's what I think this whole thing is. But also, I watched a whole podcast on this guy that's Border Patrol. And he was talking about what we do. Like, we've had troops in Mexico that are just special agents that just take out these cartel guys left and right. And they're just trying to get these, like, high-level family members, I guess you could say.
Yeah, Sicario. Did you ever see the movie Sicario with Emily Blunt?
No.
Oh, you should watch it sometime. It's a good movie.
The fact of the matter is it's not like we have to allocate that many resources to take out the cartel. It's just the hard hurdle is just getting into Mexico. Like the second that president lets us in and she's like, yeah, please take out this cartel. Like, I think we'd have no problems. I think the cartel would be wiped out very quickly.
It's like everything else, Chris. We would be invading another country, and that is their military force.
Is it invading or doing them is it invading or is it doing them a favor? Is it saving another country?
But that's not how the world would look at it. And that's not how Mexico's going to look at it,
Yeah.
right? They own that country. They run that country. That's their business, illegal drugs and prostitution and human trafficking.
But if it was coming into our country, then it's a problem.
Well, we have every right, and we should have done it a long time ago, of secured that border and make sure not one individual, cartel or whatever, in camouflage doesn't come over any of our borders with a machine gun. I mean, think about it, Chris. I can't do that as a citizen. I can't walk around with a machine gun, right? I have to have permits only in certain states, blah, blah, blah. But yet you're going to let a foreigner come through. I'm not saying the current president, but that was acceptable to let that come through because they're bringing human beings. Well, we got to let the immigrants come in. Well, obviously it was for reasons. I just have a problem with, I'll be damned that somebody from another country, cartel or whatever, they're not going to break our laws and do it with force. That's an invasion, even though it was maybe one or two people. So, I mean, we had a poor rancher down south who almost did jail time because somebody was killed on his property. And he went out with a gun because they were foreigners in camouflage walking on his ranch.
Oh, I remember that.
One was shot. They blamed him, blah, blah, blah. It turns out he eventually was released. But that man was put through hell for how many months? He was an elderly man, and he had to leave his wife alone on the property when these type of individuals were just walking on their land on a regular basis because of our previous administration leaving the door open. So obviously, any person in that, it's very easy to say it when you're in another state, when you're California and you're living on a sunny boulevard, that, oh, you got to let them all in. You try doing it when your spouse is by themselves on a ranch and you're two elderly people, it's your property, and you're bordered to another country, and you got people coming, you don't know what they're doing, what they're bringing in. Some of them are military-grade weapons and military people. That automatically has to be stopped. Now, what would trigger us needing to go in there? Well, if it's not stopped, or if we have to spend a lot of our time, resources, and God forbid, Border Patrol people losing their lives over this, then I think the president has a right to say, hey, Scheinbaum, if you can't fix this problem and keep it out of our country, we're going to fix it for you.
Yeah, but how's that process work to your point? Do you just go, hey, we're going into Mexico, or what's the call on that one?
I will tell you, my feeling is there's a lot of talk behind the scenes that we don't know about, and Scheinbaum is just coming out and posturing. And I'm pretty confident. I don't know if it's directly Trump or somebody in the organization is having conversation with Scheinbaum's people saying exactly that. You know what? We don't want to go in there, but we will if this doesn't stop.
Yeah.
And if you can't control it, we will. Because we know she can't control it. They own the country. She's just a figurehead, whether it's her or the next person. Some of them are on the take. Some of them,
Oh, yeah. I mean.
Right. As we know happens here in this country with certain people. So,
Yeah, I mean, same with Japan. Like, Japan has a lot of Yakuza in their politics, but the Yakuza's not, I mean, they're gangs, but they're not like the cartel. They're not doing sex trafficking. No. Yeah. So, what's this one, Mom? I saw this Twitter one that you sent me. The James Comer. Is that how you pronounce it?
That goes with the other article about the Obamagate. So that was the huge, again, this is huge if you look at the list of names in there, but mainstream media isn't covering it because they can't, because they'd have to show how they were complicit in covering this up. And actually not even covering up. They were complicit in disseminating fake information to take down a president. So you're never going to see these stories. Or now that there's a grand jury and they're going after subpoenaing these individuals to bring them from the House. Now they're forced to cover it. And a lot of questions are going to come up about this, even from the media. This thing is huge, a huge issue that most citizens are not even aware of, okay? And I just don't, it'll take a while to dig through all of it. Right. But the mere fact that when you look at the list of names on there, the people they're bringing in to talk about it, never thought I'd see that in my lifetime. And here it is happening right now. And that's why I posted it, because it goes along with it. Every day, there are more explosive documents coming out from the FBI, from our intelligence, whistleblowers coming forth, stories that, were conspiracy theories in the past are now all of a sudden becoming documented, factual. Oh, yeah, this happened, that happened. So I think I show you that list because you're going to start seeing some interesting testimonies coming out. Hopefully, they start covering it in the mainstream media because it's so important for American citizens to understand just how bad it was, what they did, and how really we can't ever let it happen again. Your generation can't allow this to happen again.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to be. I'll become president. I'll run. It's time. What else? What else, mother? Monopoly Roundup. Boom. Google finally loses its App Store monopoly.
Yeah.
So I think this is going back to the Epic Game stuff, right?
Yep. That's exactly what it is. And they totally won. Started in 2020. Epic Games, they wanted control of the app on Android. So to sell apps on the App Store, developers had to use the Google payment system. And that Google payment system charged a high fee, sometimes like 30%.
Yeah.
Right?
Now, Epic had, I think they had 2 lawsuits at the time that this started. The first one was with Apple, if I remember right. And it was because they sued Apple for not putting, if I remember right,
Yes.
on the App Store, they wouldn't put secondary apps onto the App Store. And Epic was like, hey, you can't do that. And they won. Now they're taking down Google. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It also made it impossible for rival stores to use other technology sources. So the way Google set it up with like AT&T and I forget who the other ones that offer the app, they set it up in such a way that they made it impossible for the technology to allow other apps to come in and do it.
Yeah.
Total monopoly, right? And finally this judge, I think they appealed it. And the district judge had said, yeah, this is by definition like a monopoly. It's a big deal because they've only done this like once before with a big tech company. I think it was in 2001. So for them to turn around and say, yeah, you can't do this.
Well, it probably had to be AT&T, right? That was probably the last one, right? When AT&T had
No, AT&T was longer. I think that was in 84. I think it was 1984.
Oh, really?
AT&T broke up. Yeah, I think that was a while ago. But, yeah, so we had talked about this in one of the early podcasts, right? When we first started podcasting, and back in 2020, this.
Yeah, I remember it was a big deal, and now Fortnite's not as big as it used to be, so people aren't really paying attention to this.
But still, it makes a difference because it's for other apps too, right? They fought the fight for a lot of other apps to now be able to use on Android. I guess now Apple too, because you said they had that fight before with Apple.
Yeah, theirs was a little different, but if it comes to payment plans, if I remember, Apple does take a pretty big amount of money too when you make a sale on an app store or whatever. I know
Which
they get
is
a
bad,
cut
but then
of
on top of it, when you have no choice, you have to use them because of the way it's set up and the agreements they have. That you can't be a rival store and charge lower fees. That's the problem.
Yeah, I was watching something. I forget who said it. It was someone. I think it was Asmongold, but it's not beneficial. So like you know how I talk about the Game Pass all the time.
How you talk about what you broke up
the
there.
Game Pass and the free games I get. So someone said it best as someone who's a designer. A lot of indie games, so not big companies, will go to Steam to sell their games, but they take a big loss on sales because Steam gets a certain percentage. I don't know what the percentage is, but they get a certain percentage of the sales, which makes sense.
Right.
Whereas Game Pass, it doesn't seem like you're getting much out of it. So this developer said, you go to Game Pass if you're not sure if your game is going to do well or not, but if you know it's going to do well, Game Pass is not the best option because you won't make any money. At least Steam, you'll make money, but you're still giving them X amount of percent. So Epic Games on the PC version of the store, a lot of people go over to them because they take less of a percentage. Okay. So problem is no one uses the Epic store. Yeah, it's not good. So yeah.
Well, maybe now they'll have more. Maybe now they'll have something else to hawk since they finally got to do it on Androids after all this time, 5 years later. They better come up with something after that win.
I'm glad they're taking out the big heads. Speaking of getting hit in the head, NFL preseason game early after. Did you see this hit?
I didn't. No.
It was not the worst of hits, but what happened is the guy's thigh like really cocked this guy's head back, and he couldn't feel any of his extremities for a little bit. It's not like I watched it and I was expecting something really, really, really bad. Yeah, I'm sure I can find it on Twitter real fast for you.
Yeah, I got something else I gotta add after this.
NFL.
Poor guy.
70-yard field goal. Damn. No, I want to see. Damn. Dad and I were just talking about this when I was home. Someone hit a 70. Cam Little made a 70-yard kick. Definitely tell Dad that one. Wow. Everyone's posting that one. Cam Little. I think so. That's got to be a new record. But where's what's his name? I forget his name. Morice Morris is his name. Morse.
Detroit Lions, right?
Yep.
Those are Detroit Lions.
I want to see if I can find the hit. So look, it's not even that bad of a hit. It's right there. This is probably the best way to put it.
I don't have your screen.
What do you mean you don't have my screen?
Oh, there we go. Okay, now I do. All right, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to watch it.
You'll watch it. It's not bad. So right there.
Right.
So see the knee kind of hit him in the head.
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
knocked his head back.
Look at the other guy's legs.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, Dad and I were talking about it when we were playing basketball. Like, football's the dumbest sport when you think about it. Like, I know we love it as an American pastime, but I mean, it's guys that are 6'6", 6'7", 250 pounds just running as hard into each other as possible just to get them down. But so anyway, he gets hit, and I guess he goes down. Now, here's where society's really gone downhill, right? The amount.
Boy.
So he gets hit. They passed the ball, or they started the play, and then they ran the clock for 12 minutes, right? So it ended up being a forfeited game or a no contest game, which is the longest we've ever seen. So 12 minutes of the game weren't played. The amount of people that were pissed about their parlays, right? After that, how pathetic, right? So many people lost money on these parlays, and they were mad, like, hey, you guys have a job to do. And it's like, hey, guy, luckily the guy's not paralyzed, right? He lost feeling in his extremities for a couple hours, I believe, and then he started to get feeling back. So, but
they're betting on what sex toy they're gonna throw on.
I know. I was gonna bring that one up. Some WNBA star was like, "Can you please stop?" So it said, some WNBA star tweeted, "Please stop throwing dildos on the court." And then the top comment was, "How about you women get off our dildo court?"
That's terrible.
That's all for a crypto thing, that's where we're at, guys. So
well, let's get a lot of media attention. Let's bring you some.
It's working. I couldn't. Yeah, really. That's more attention to the WNBA. They should be thanking these people, but I don't even know what the crypto company is. I don't know who they are. So, yeah.
Well, that's typical of football season starting. And recently we had the guy shoot up in New York City with the CTE issue at the NFL. Right. So I'm sure that this whole head injury type thing is going to be haunting football for quite a long time. It's inevitable. I mean, that's the nature of the sport. I don't know how you can't put these guys in a bubble. And as brutal as it is, think about it, Chris. They used to play with no pads, no helmets when they started. Or the helmets were some piece of leather crap. Can you imagine what those men went through?
Yeah, but they were also not as big as they are today.
No, right. Now they're getting better, but
the average size was like 5'8". Now they're 6'8". Literally a foot taller. Oh shoot, what was I gonna say?
They're growing them big down.
But I do love the memes of remember that what's the name of the quarterback that took the head injuries the guy with the long whatever the hell his last name is. But some of the memes that came out of his head injuries were hilarious. I would send them to Mike all the time.
Oh, but I can't hear you. You're cutting out.
Oh, am I?
Cutting out.
I keep cutting out. Maybe that's your end. I don't know.
Cutting out.
It was fine last time when I checked it in. post. But yeah, so those memes were always funny. But yeah, I mean, football, I mean, it just is such a dumb sport when you think about it.
All right, let me give you really dumb. The TikTok challenge, I guess it is, or a meme challenge. I don't even know what it is anymore. Where you wear stilettos or high heels and you cross your legs and balance on one foot. Okay, apparently some celebrities do it.
That's got to break your ankle, right?
Oh, worse. Some stupid ass mother, young mother, she does it. I believe she did it on a counter, falls and breaks her back.
Oh, I did see that video. Yes. I didn't know she broke her back. It didn't look that bad, but
She did something to her spine. They said broke her back, but like something serious with her spine. And I'm scratching my head going, what is she doing? And why? It sounded like, I could be wrong. It sounded like she was doing it on like a kitchen counter or something and recording it to put it on her feed and fell off of it. Why would you do that on a counter? And it's just bizarro. And then when I saw the celebrities, I think it's Nicki Minaj who started it. It's not even, she was doing it by a pool. Like she was just like bent down with her,
right.
And it's morphed into this 1 foot type thing. I'm like, don't people have better things to do with their time, Chris? Please.
Why is that so loud? Why is that so loud? Oh my God, why was that so loud? This is it. Influencer mom breaks her spine doing a viral challenge. Do you want to see it?
No, I don't want to see it.
Oh, you can't even see it. Wow, that's not very smart. Breaks her.
No.
How'd she break her spine doing that? It's not even a high.
Because I think she fell off of I think she was doing it on a counter.
Yeah, so she's.
She could record it.
Yeah, I guess I should show the viewers. It's not anything
so
bad.
So she slid down and she fell.
Yeah, it looks like this, but it doesn't show. It's not very smart of her, clearly, but hold on one second. So she's standing on this.
Right.
She's call those stilettos. Is it really? Stilettos are higher than that, right?
High heels. High heels. Well, oh my gosh.
So that's where she went down.
But okay, so here's the celebrities doing it, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But to try and copy that, I'm like, we have nothing better to do. This is a grown ass woman with kid.
Yeah.
Kid, right?
But I'm also, like, that is kind of you gotta admit that's a pretty freak accident if you're gonna break your spine. There, I get falling on your back and hurting yourself, but breaking your spine is wild.
Absolutely. And I don't know, why would you try that on a counter? I mean, I'd be worrying about my ankle, of course, let alone she's doing it high up. And I'm guessing she had to practice this for a while. Like I said, nothing better to do with our time.
Yeah. And what's also interesting, just to kind of show how this lady wasn't thinking, notice how all of them are bouncing on their front foot and not using the stiletto, where I think if I saw, she's trying to put her foot down flat. Right?
Oh, I don't know. I can't. She's doing it on top of a jar or something. Her foot doesn't even fit on it. What is that thing? I don't know.
Do you remember the milk crate challenge where people would make steps out of milk crates and they would try and run up it and then down, but milk crates are very unstable? There was a girl that did that, and she broke her spine and died. Like, oh, God. This is what we do for views, mother.
Yeah, no, this is what I'm saying. People don't have better things to do with their time.
So I will be ordering stilettos tonight, mother.
No.
Ma, I will be giving it a shot on my kitchen counter.
No, we don't do stupid things. No, that's just stupid.
Yeah, really.
I mean, these TikTok challenges are just amazing to me. I just shake my head. It's scary to think that people just, number one, that have that kind of time, and number two, that's stupid.
Well, the problem is not the challenge. The problem is people will see the challenge, do the challenge, and then some person goes, "How can I make this even harder?" And it keeps going until we're on a counter with stilettos, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Why? Get a job. Read a book.
Yeah.
Go outside and play with your kid. She has a kid. Go do something with your kid. Okay. I don't know. There's got to be something better. Go volunteer. This is because she had to practice that. She had to take time to do that. All these celebrities.
Well, or maybe she didn't, and that's why she ended up hurting herself. Right.
True.
So.
But the fact that these celebrities are doing okay, great. What the hell is that?
Too many people care about what celebrities do.
Exactly. Find something else to do with your life. This is my advice to you as the mom podcast.
Yeah, please.
We've got so many problems in this world. Is that really what you want to spend your time balancing on one heel shoe? I can see if you're waiting online at the food store and you're bored and you want to try it.
Right.
Okay, fine. But when you're making that like your course of your day because you want to post it on something.
Well, to your point, the challenges are stupid, but also you're adults. If you're kids, that's one thing, but you're adults.
Exactly. Imagine what that kid's gonna be like if this is how smart the mother is. Like, oh my god.
Mama, you missed the lettuce.
I know.
Mama, I missed the lettuce.
Oh
That's
my
funny.
god. And one thing though, she can always say, "Take it from me because I learned the hard way."
As she's in a neck brace, in a wheelchair, hover around. Take it from me. It's gonna be like, remember those the Stoma commercials, the cigarettes? Like I was a smoker where they had the thing. Yeah. It's gonna be like that 20 years from now, but it's, I did a TikTok challenge.
Exactly.
I did a TikTok. Yeah. I fell for it, but all right, Mom. Well, we just did an hour. Probably a little less. No, probably around an hour. That's what I mean. Not a lot of news this week. I know there was some news, but not that much interesting news.
Well, there was some more stuff. I just felt like, Jim Lovell died.
Mom, you're naming people no one here knows.
All right, I'm sure some people watching. Apollo 13.
Okay.
You've seen it, right? Remember
Probably
with Tom
not.
Hanks that
Sure.
went into space? NASA, we have a problem. The famous
Houston,
line.
we have a
NASA,
problem.
Houston,
Yeah.
we have a problem. The famous line.
Yeah.
The most successful failure in NASA's history. So the commander of that module, Tom Hanks played him in the movie. Kevin Bacon played the one guy. Remember, Gary Sinise was the other guy, but he got sick and didn't go. And the one the man who died was in Twister, the actor. I can't think of his name. He played the third guy. So they went to space. Mm-hmm. Apollo 13 was the mission. Lucky 13. And they wind up having an explosion with the oxygen tanks. And they were in orbit, and we had to bring them back. We had to find a way to get them back. It was a huge, successful mission. By all rights, those guys should have been lost in space. Remember, this was back in 1960-something. So the commander of that, Jim Lovell, who had been on other missions and didn't make it to the moon, he just died. He was in his 90s, which is great. But even, because of that movie, Ron Howard did the movie. Because of that movie, you knew who he was. Without that, and everybody knew him. If you saw Apollo 13, a lot of people saw it was a very successful movie. It had meaning, like it was like, oh, boy, that really makes me sad that he's gone. But
at least he didn't die in space.
Movie. No, he didn't die in space. No.
Yeah,
no.
I said it, but at least he didn't die in space.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
You watch the movie. Of course, you're missing out on some great movies. That's a fabulous
How
movie.
much time do you think I have on my hands, Mother? Well, I got a cooking show to do with Aunt Sue tomorrow. I got to shoot 3 of those tomorrow.
I better not see you in stilettos trying to do that when you haven't seen Apollo 13.
Yeah, no.
There was another movie I said you should watch. Did two today.
Yeah, the other one was...
So you were brain dead. We're both brain dead here.
Well, I can't. Again, my eyes still hurt.
You're still battling eye issues.
What was the other movie you told me to watch? Shit. I'll watch it in post when I edit this.
I can't remember because, I get ding dong all night long, so my brain's fried.
Yeah. Oh, is Grandma getting up more and more?
No. I shouldn't say that. It's just, after a while, it'd be nice to have a full night's sleep.
Right. That's fair. Well,
it's just
7 more weeks, Mom. 7 more weeks.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, right.
No, it's 8 more weeks.
I thought it was 8 more weeks after. Right,
no,
you said
we're the
8 weeks.
Week right now.
Oh,
we're up to the 8th week on tomorrow.
Whoops.
Starting tomorrow.
My bad.
No, that's nothing.
Yeah.
That's nothing. She's got her orthopedist on Monday, so we'll know how much longer with the wrist thing.
Oh, good. Hopefully not long.
Yeah, that should be helpful, I guess. But yeah, I was telling your aunt, make your appointments now. If you got to make appointments, do it now.
Yeah, do it now.
Yeah.
All right.
At least she has you done there and stuff, but
yeah, that's true.
Whatever. Do you have a lot of prep work for tomorrow's souffle stuff?
No, I just have to charge everything. I gotta get the microphones going. I gotta get this and that going. Need to get the footage going. Need to clear some space on my iPhone. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be big. Bigly.
Is it still hot down there? Or is it getting nicer?
No, it's nicer. It's way nicer. I was out today. My sunglasses came today that I left in New Jersey, which I was pissed about. So those came today. Thank God.
Get your flip-flops?
Yeah, I got my flip-flops. Thank you.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so I'm good.
It's all coming together.
All coming together. But we'll end it there. So the only things I have to
Okay.
promote, I only did one video last week because of travel and then the Wu Chen stuff. So Wednesday was the brotherly build battle.
Stuff.
Well, because I have to start that walkthrough literally after this. I finally finished it. God, I'm not excited to start that one over for a walkthrough, but we get it done. It's what we do. So expect a lot of videos on that. I'm probably going to post every day for that. So just because we have to get through it now that it's out. But yeah, so social media, promo code, stream links, Discord down below, and we will see you. I will see you guys at stream, and you will see Mom next week. So later.